Michael Jonah, April 28, 2020. I wanted to review the cost of this Wuhan wiggle crisis that has gripped our country, the lockdown that we have been subjected to, and it's initially, of course, was because of, well, the stated reasons. I mean, it seemed reasonable at the time, but now it is quite obvious that, well, I think a very, very poor decision has been made. Now let's look at the cost of that decision. Now on January 2020, we had 23.2 trillion, rounding it up, 23.2 trillion in debt. And if we fast forward the first quarter, the end of first quarter, you will see that we came pretty close to increasing our debt by another $500 billion. Okay? I'm sorry, $500 billion. Excuse me. $500 billion. 500 billion practically. Now in the month of April, starting at April 1st, we were at 23.7 trillion. As of April 24th, we are at 24.7. We have added $1 trillion to our national debt. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. There is 1,000 million in a billion. The amount of money is staggering. So we are on track. I mean, just in the first 4 months, we've added $1.5 trillion to our national debt. And we are on track. I mean, we're going to be adding at least 3 to 4 trillion to our national debt by year end. Now, let's take a quick look at our foreign debt. And here we are. Our foreign debt, grand total, is about 7 trillion. And that was in February. February of 2020. So a third, about 30% of our debt, about a third practically, is owed to foreigners who hold our treasuries, of which China, okay, holds about 15% of that foreign debt. So we've always been led to believe that the Chinese are our bankers and they own us, but in reality, the Chinese have been holding about 1.1 trillion in U.S. Treasury securities for as long as I've been following it, which is about the last 12, 13 years. So they have actually been declining as a percentage of our total debt. The amount of debt China has been holding has been declining. Meanwhile, Japan has been holding pretty steady, and they are their greatest holders, okay? And for a while, they were about 1.1 trillion, but their holdings have increased. As you can see, they have been picking up the slack in the past year. China, on the other hand, has been declining some, okay? So there you go. How have our billionaires been, faring around the world? Well, according to, MSN Money, Microsoft News, American billionaires have gotten 280 billion richer. And they're being indicated to be pandemic profiteers, as a new report from the Institute for Policy Studies, a progressive think tank, calls them. So that's what this particular article is indicating. American billionaires are, well, they've done really quite well. In the meantime, globally, we are looking at, this is Barron's, you can see over here, the top left. 100 billionaires have lost 408 billion in 2 months. The top billionaires around the world. And then we're looking at 10 billionaires gained 51 billion this week as markets edged up from stock crash. That's Forbes is reporting. And then Mr. Bezos is wealthier by 24 billion in 2020. And as his company's been, well, left open while Main Street has been closed, I'd like to see what Walmart's earnings are. I'm sure their earnings are way up too. The reality is this shutdown has been devastating to our national economy. It's been devastating to our national debt. And I mean, we haven't seen anything yet. If we add 3, 4, 5 trillion to our national debt this year, it's a Cloward and Piven's dream come true. As we're being overloaded, with debt at an amazing rate. Well, I'm going to end this report now. Take care and have a good day.